Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. I am the Crushinator and I will be your host for tonight's matchup between LuBu and Deckard's Erudition. I'm going to guess that's how you say it, because that's how I'm going to say it for the rest of this series. Hope you're having a good evening so far. It's the beginning of week 3, which means I've got stats for you. Oh! Here they come. There's not a whole lot to it, but 2 weeks, that's enough for me to bring back the tail of the tape. Let's tell you about tonight's teams. LuBu coming in today undefeated. 2-0 in the match record, 4-0 in the map record. So far, the maps they have played, because they are undefeated, Alterac Pass and Infernal Shrines. And so far, their most played heroes, Lucio, Artanis, and ETC. Clearly undefeated on all of them, seeing as they haven't lost yet. Deckard's Erudition, on the other hand, coming into tonight's matchup fully defeated. 0-2 on the match, 0-4 on the map record. So far, the maps they've played the most, Braxis Holdout and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And their most chosen heroes so far, Mei, Greymane, and Urel. Let the teams know that I'm ready here. Caster ready. Boom! Alright. Let's make sure I've got the right name. I do. Lovely. Alright, we're just waiting on one team to be ready. In the meantime, let's bring you over to the maps and let you know the state of tonight's series. LuBu won the coin toss and chose for map pick. They banned away, oddly enough, Braxis Holdout and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Imagine that. Infernal Shrines and Alterac Pass banned away by Deckard's Erudition. It's almost like they look at the same stats I do. Who could have guessed it? Battlefield of Eternity will be our first map of the night, chosen by LuBu. Looks like our teams are about ready to go. So I'm going to hang here for half a second and see if we can go straight to the draft. 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Battlefield of Eternity is our first map of the day. I'm trying some new tech. I gotta be quick on my hands here. I'm trying some new tech today. Bring you some extra stats during this draft. Battlefield of Eternity, it will be Deckard's Erudition with the first pick. You're still thinking about burn heroes here on Battlefield of Eternity, like Artanis, you might think. Li Ming, still very strong here. Vala, Raynor, Greymane, all of the long-time favorite immortal burners will be up for grabs here. Solo lane also very important as of late. Imperius and Urel, you'll see an awful lot on Battlefield. Sometimes you'll see something fancy like a Samuro. We'll see what Deckard's Erudition wants to ban away. It's going to be the Artanis taken off the board. And Probius taken away from T-Lems. That's a dang disgrace. Got the scout. Probius has been banned away. How sad. You seeing that tech? You seeing those stats? Oh man, I'm quick on the trigger. It's gonna be tough once I get to the picks though. We'll see how fast I can go. Next ban coming in for Deckard's Erudition. It will be Deckard taken away. How fortuitous. Deckard's still very, very strong in the current meta. And we see Cho actually banned away. Cho's Leaden Orb build has been really rocking the charts lately. So not too surprising that they don't want anything offbeat to catch them. Deckard's Erudition. Did my Cho show up? I'm not sure it did. It's going to be Vala for pick number 1. An old school favorite here. Chosen by Shej? Shej? I'm gonna go with Shej. LuBu thinking about their next 2 spots here. It's gonna be Mei from Alan Hicks, and it's gonna be Li Ming coming in for Bandit. Interesting. Li Ming, definitely very good here. Mei, I haven't been seeing an awful lot, honestly, but Alan Hicks did play that a lot in the preseason. So not too surprising to see it, but I just haven't seen Mei hit the battlefield an awful lot. Actually, enough that I don't have any stats on Mei whatsoever. Johanna and Lucio are going to be picked up by Pina Colada and Tlems. X-Band going to be coming through here for LuBu. The healer, the main damage, and the tank are already picked, so you're thinking about your off-lane matchups. Thinking about your flex picks. You've already got your Li Ming down, so what are you thinking about banning here if you're LuBu? I'm not really sure. It's going to be Mephisto that's banned away. Not one that I see on Battlefield of an Eternity awful lot, but, you know, a good Mephisto can definitely get work done. That could be a scouted pick there. Deckard's Erudition, thinking about their next ban. The tank and the burn are already picked up. See if they want to ban away another healer here, start choking that down. Maybe an Ana? There it is, I called it! Yeah, Ana. Doing super, super well in the current meta. Very highly contested pick. LuBu thinking about their next two picks here. They've got to lock down their healer. A lot of them already taken off the board. Though there's still stuff like Anduin. Wasn't expecting the Anduin, and it's going to be Greymane picked up for Streakwing. Suikoden playing the Anduin here. Anduin still very strong with the saves and the AoE healing. Last two picks here, coming in for Deckard's Erudition. Offlane pick still hasn't been revealed by LuBu. So they gotta sort of pick that blind. It's gonna be a Blaze for Rise Robin, and Xanatharium will be playing the Sylvanas. So we're thinking about a matchup for Blaze in the top lane. Yrel still available. Expecting a Yrel, but we'll see what Spoticus wants to pick up here. It's actually going to be Imperius instead. Imperius, a very good top laner as well. Brings a whole lot to a team fight, and especially here on Battlefield of Eternity. It's not a whole lot of wave clear that you have to do. You're pretty much rotating with the team. So that definitely makes some sense. Good point from With or Without Balls in chat. Tlems is actually playing the healer right now. Not something we usually see out of them. But that's the pick. Let's get into our game number one. It's LuBu versus Deckard's Erudition. Here we go. Alright, we did it perfect. Loading in here to game number one. On the left in the blue, we have LuBu. Streakwing is going to be playing Greymane. Suikoden is on Anduin. Bandit playing the Li Ming. Alan Hicks is on the Mei. And it will be Spoticus playing the Imperius. On the right in the red, it's Deckard's Erudition with Rise Robin on the Blaze. It's Siege on the Vala. Xanatharium is playing the Sylvanas. Pina Colada is on Johanna. And Tlems is on the Lucio.
5, 4,
Game number one about to be underway between our two squads. Just a reminder, today, D.Va and Gazlowe are legal in NGS. Neither one hitting the draft today. They are legal to be picked, though. Spoticus coming down to the bottom lane, looking for a possible gank here. Waiting for Deckard's Erudition to step up. Blaze currently behind the gate up there. And Spoticus will retreat. And now the waves will meet, and we'll see who's got the superior wave clear. We've got the Johanna on one side. That's usually a pretty big deal. But Mei's no slouch there, actually getting a triple stun right off the bat. Xanatharium having to be careful there, getting away from the advancing LuBu. Looks like LuBu got the better of that exchange for now. Checking in on the top lane. It'll be Imperius versus Blaze, a pretty classic matchup there. Blaze will have the superior wave clear. Imperius going to be looking to get as much chip damage as possible onto the big burly offlaner. Speaking of the offlaners, it was the new habits picked up by Blaze. We'll be looking for those 15 globes to get the unstoppable on that trait. As we approach the 1 minute mark here, these teams will be looking for a pick, possibly to move on to the bottom siege camp. Ooh, Xanatharium getting away from the stun of May just in time with that Haunting Wave. Very nicely done. Quick check-in on the top lane there. It looks like Rise Robin has got the better of this exchange for now, dealing some damage to Spoticus and expending a lot of that mana. It's very important here in the early game. It's a good start here for Deckard's Erudition in the top lane. And things seem pretty normal down here. Deckard's Erudition just staying away from those May Blizzards. Xanatharium accidentally catching an orb and a few arcane missiles, but so far everyone's feeling pretty good. Staying near that Lucio will keep everyone nice and topped off as we get ready for our first objective coming up in about a minute here. Pina Colada taking a little bit of damage as Johanna moves in to clear the lane. There's the jump onto Xanatharium, but the blind from Johanna is great, and Xanatharium's going to get away. That's some low health bars now. Let's see if LuBu wants to move onto this camp. It looks like they do. Pina Colada's going to come on in, but it's just a feign. The rest of Deckard's Erudition have moved on to the top right Shaman camp. Start that up. That means LuBu gets the camp advantage here at minute 1. Spoticus continuing to battle versus Rise Robin. Lands the Impale there, but the counter stun is there. Looks like Blaze is really doing well in this early game here for Deckard's Erudition. Looks like we've got a rotation here. Are they going to the top camp, or are they looking for the gank? It looks like they're just going straight to the top camp, taking advantage of grabbing that early Shaman camp, which is then back-tapped by Johanna. LuBu pushing the bottom lane with their Khazra camp, which is yet to be cleared at all. And here we've got a double camp that LuBu's going to have to deal with in the top lane as this immortal, or as this, this immortal phase is spawning. LuBu's got a great lead on this race, though. It looks like Deckard's Erudition is just going down to clear the bottom wave and will not contest at all here. LuBu heading to the top, going to try to clear away that double camp. That means Deckard's Erudition are going to be able to get into defensive positions. Spoticus getting away, but getting the double spear. Alan Hicks trying to come in and block off the rest of Deckard's Erudition. Rise Robin taking a lot of damage, but able to escape around the back way. Meanwhile, LuBu gets in position. They got Li Ming to throw those abilities. Oh, the stun onto Imperius from the Immortal. That's going to be a kill for Deckard's Erudition. They want Alan Hicks as well. May's going to go down. And Suikoden down as well. That's a triple kill here for the Red Squad. They want Streakwing, and the multi-shot is good. That's 4 kills for Deckard's Erudition. Li Ming's still alive, trying to poke around from the edges, but it looks like Deckard's Erudition going to move on to this Immortal. Pina Colada staying over here to try to intercept any poke coming in from Li Ming. Li Ming just in the bottom lane trying to get that XP. Spoticus coming in, though. The burn a little bit slow coming in. I don't know if they're going to take it. Pina Colada had to get away. And I think that's... Who got it? Deckard's Erudition managed to eke it out, making it very, very close after those 4 kills, though. Immortal will be coming down the bottom lane, which means we're going to see Imperius and Blaze heading back to the top lane. Level 7 is here for Deckard's Erudition, but not far behind is LuBu, about to land level 7 as well for this defense. Already the shield is taken out, so we'll be taking both cannon shots as Pina Colada trying to get the slow onto Alan Hicks and Streakwing. Very nicely done there with that level 7 punish talent. Looks like this Immortal will get the gate and not a whole lot else as it moves into the fort and will be very quickly cleared away. Xanatharium pops the black arrows, but Deckard's Erudition gonna back on out of there. You see Spoticus moving down from the top lane looking for a possible gank here, but the Red Squad is right near their gate. They're not leaving themselves open. Well, Spoticus still thinking about it. The rest of LuBu's just gonna move on to this Khazra camp. So far, Spoticus is unspoticused. But the chase is on. Coming in from the top, looking for an Impale, but will not find it. Pina Colada getting body blocked a little bit. Oh, Murda RG with the big raid after their series. Welcome to the beginning of LuBu versus Deckard's Erudition, where Deckard's Erudition is really making some waves here in the early going. Blaze putting some big damage onto the top lane, using that jet propulsion to get away, but Pina Colada, who still has that iron skin to get away. Shui, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you had a good time watching the series with Murda. Looks like Alan Hicks gets caught there by Pina Colada, but the rest of the red squad can't catch up to throw in any more damage. And these teams are just kind of racing for 10 here. Taking a look at the experience so far, the 2,000 extra experience from those 4 early kills are really paying dividends, as the mercenary and minion experience are about even between our two squads. Once again, Blaze just healing up in that spicy oil. And Spartacus gonna have to be careful, a little bit lower on mana once again, as we see both teams have moved on to their shaman camps. Immortals gonna be spawning right about now. We'll see. Level 10 is here for Deckard's Erudition. They're gonna have the opportunity to move in aggressively. Streakwing and Bandit are already in position here for LuBu, though. Deckard's Erudition a little bit late, but they're gonna jump right onto this burn. LuBu gonna head to the top lane, try to clear away the shaman camp, while Alan Hicks tries to dissuade any extra burn. The blizzard is out, and now we're gonna see the teams go ahead and clear these side camps before heading back to the objective. And we're actually in burn positions here. We'll see. We've got very good burn with Greymane and Li Ming on the left-hand side. Looks like LuBu's going to come across the map, but it looks like they may be a little bit late. Pina Colada catches the rotation. Rise Robin with the huge stun in the backline. There's the counter light bomb, though. Bunker is put out to save Rise Robin for now. The burn is done. Streakwing and Bandit in the background. Siege going down, but there goes Li Ming and Greymane. Suikoden going to have to be careful here. Going down as well. That's a 3 for 1, a 4 for 1 here for Deckard's Erudition. Doing some big work. As Spartacus managing to slink away and Hearth back to base, but this is a pretty big Immortal going down against a very weakened bottom fort. It's going to be going onto the keep wall with its shields. Blaze still in the top lane for Deckard's Erudition, making sure that that level lead does not slip away with an over-aggressive push. We're onto the keep wall here, as Vala had to back, will be joining the party here shortly. Iron Skin popped by Pina Colada. Make sure that there's no counter kill on this defense. The Immortal's going to be taking out this wall and going to start moving onto the keep here. Alan Hicks drops the Blizzard to zone away for Greymane to allow for some extra burn. The Blaze coming on down from the top lane. The Black Arrows are out. Let's see if Deckard's Erudition can make something happen under this keep. There's the Blessed Shield, the follow-up stun. May gets the light bomb on top. The Bunker is down in the back trying to save Rise Robin. There goes Lucio, though. LuBu's putting up a great defense. Blaze going down as well. There goes Sylvanas. Johanna could be next. It's a reset fest, and that's 4 kills on the defense for LuBu. Siege managing to get away. But a big defense there for LuBu will give them a little bit more map control. This bottom keep very softened up. And the map looking pretty good here for Deckard's Erudition, though that level lead pretty much vanished. With those extra kills, we see those 5 now matching the experience gained from the initial 8 of Deckard's Erudition. Here we see Siege and Spartacus playing, just hiding around the vision. Here comes Anatherium, though. This could be trouble here for Spartacus. The stun misses. Someone's got to get in the point. There we go. Oh, and it's a full gank. Imperius is spotted and taken down in the off lane. But LuBu getting some extra value here. Just pushing this keep for free. It was the entire 5-stack of Deckard's Erudition that went up there. And they're going to give away their bottom keep wall. I'm not sure if that trade was worth. I mean, they got the camp, but losing that wall is pretty important. As LuBu will now get away. Imperius will be back for the next objective. Shaman camp's not up for 30 seconds here, as that last Immortal phase went pretty quickly. Rise Robin looking to get this Causer camp moving in the right direction, but Rise Robin could meet the fate of Imperius here if they're not careful. Sees Alan Hicks on the rotation, still has this wall. Oh, actually uses the jet propulsion to go into the Blizzard, but that's alright. The Avalanche is committed by May, and they will not find the pick onto Blaze. Deckard's Erudition isn't interested in the Immortal. They're going straight for Alan Hicks. The trait is popped. May trying to use the icing to get away, and May's going to go down. The light bomb from Suikoden catches 2, but Streakwing will be taken out. Anduin could be next. Rise Robin gets the jet propulsion stun. That's a triple kill from Deckard's Erudition onto LuBu. The Immortal phase is up, but they've got a 3-hero advantage. Let's see what they want to do with this. It looks like they're going to send Vala to burn and leave the rest of the squad here to push down this top lane. Spartacus counterstun. They're actually stunned in the middle of the gate. This could be big trouble here. Ooh, pops the Gladiator's Medallion and will get away. There's the Black Arrows from Xanatharium. They do not have a minion wave. Alan Hicks is back on the field. Deckard's Erudition is going to have to peel on out of there. In the meantime, though, Siege getting the halftime show popped. And we're going to see a struggle over these next positions. We'll see whether it's going to be top-bottom positions. We're going to see Deckard's Erudition working on their Shaman camp while LuBu sets up for the defense. Looks like LuBu is committing to the burn here. Alan Hicks is discovered by Pina Colada. Looks like LuBu will be coming up into the defense. Oh, the light bomb is committed a little bit early. Spartacus finds Johanna on the edge there. Bunker drop. That's a triple stun, followed up by an immortal stun. LuBu could have what it takes to turn this thing around. Xanatharium managing to warp through. There's the sound barrier from Lucio, and Imperius will be the first to fall. Alan Hicks is caught by Pina Colada, but the immortal stuns are relentless. There goes Johanna. A huge wailing arrow from Sylvanas silences 3. There goes Anduin. Tilems and Rise Robin chase down and kill Streakwing. Bandit is going to escape. That's 4 dead for LuBu. Only Johanna down for Deckard's Erudition, and they want this top keep. Bandit is back. If there's a hero for a single core defense, it is Li Ming. Let's see what they can do. Death timers are still pretty short here. Spartacus is back on the field. They've got a Shaman camp pushing down this core. Here comes May, 3 on the defense. Anduin about to come up here. Deckard's Erudition going to have to be a little bit careful. Looks like they're going to back off and wait for this nearly full shield immortal to move on in. That means Greymane will be back on the field, so LuBu is back to full strength, but they're down level 16 talents. They're down any structures. This objective is on the core. Core shielding about to go down here. Deckard's Erudition has got to move, and they've got to move fast. Spartacus getting pushed onto by Deckard's Erudition pops the angelic armaments. The core already down to 60%, and it looks like Red is committing. They're going for the core, 40%. Spartacus gets the double stun in the back. Oh, but the Lucio barrier lands, and the core goes down. Red draws first blood in this series, and their first win in this season of NGS. GG. Deckard's Erudition logging their first map win of this season versus the undefeated LuBu here on Battlefield of Eternity. 16 kills to 6. Rise Robin just ruling that top lane. Tlems on the Lucio had some money sound barriers that game, turning those fights tremendously. And Deckard's Erudition goes up 1-0 in this series. Very nicely played. Xanatharium leading the way for Deckard's Erudition on the hero damage at 46,500. Bandit for LuBu laying in the pain as well with the 46,000 hero damage as well. Let's take a quick look at the talents and then set up for game number 2. Alright, game number 1 is in the books. Deckard's Erudition draws first blood. Can they close out this series with a 2-0, or can LuBu storm back? We're going to set up for game number 2, so don't go far. Welcome back. We're getting ready here for game number 2. Deckard's Erudition up 1-0 over LuBu. And we're going to be heading into game 2 in just a moment here. Let's bring it back to the map screen. Let you know the state of tonight's series. Braxis Holdout, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Infernal Shrines, and Alterac Pass have been banned away. Battlefield of Eternity was chosen by LuBu, but Deckard's Erudition recorded the victory. And game number 2 here, once again at the behest of LuBu, will be Towers of Doom. Hope you're all having a good time there in chat, cheering on your teams, cheering on your folks. Looks like these teams are about to get ready to go, so let's get ready here for draft number 2.
Towers of Doom.
It's Towers of Doom, baby. The ultimate showdown of map. The map that's never over till it's over. Excited to see what these teams have to offer us here. Once again, it'll be Deckard's Erudition with first ban and first pick. Expecting a very different set of ban priorities. Here on Towers of Doom, we're not thinking about burn anymore. We're thinking about double soaking. We're thinking about ganks. We're thinking about bottom lane supremacy. So we'll see how these teams want to prioritize their heroes. Once again, I'd like to remind you, D.Va, Gazlowe, both legal now. It's been 2 weeks since their reworks. NGS has deemed that there are no bugs that would seriously affect play. I don't know if there's any bugs at all, to be honest. I haven't checked. But I know there's enough. There aren't any that are game-breaking enough to keep them off the map here. Deckard, once again, going to be banned away by Deckard's Erudition. That doesn't seem right to me. That seems sad. And once again, no Probius allowed for Lems. Sad. That's okay, though. It happens. So far, my prediction that bans would change was completely wrong. Deckard's Erudition thinking about their next ban here. We'll see whether they want to take something off the board from last game or they want to stay the course. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? It's gonna be Greymane. Alright, so a little bit of respect going over to Streakwing there. Do not want the Worgen today, and it's gonna be Gaul banned this time. Cho last time, Gaul this time. Wouldn't you know it? Deckard's Erudition thinking about their first pick here. Towers of Doom. Interested to see whether they want to control a tank like Garrosh or ETC to start off with. They don't have to pick it first, they do have the opportunity to take it before the next ban. So they may want to grab up something like, say, a Sylvanas. Xanatharium going back onto the Banshee Queen. LuBu with the next 2 picks. I'm going to be surprised. I mean, Alan Hicks might play Mei again. Mei is open. It's going to be ETC this time. I was expecting ETC or Garrosh to come out there, I must say, and I was proven correct. And Streakwing is going to steal away that Lucio. Lucio did a whole lot of work last time, very nicely played by Lems. And I believe, is that a change in role? I think Streakwing was playing a DPS last time. Pina Colada gonna take that Johanna once again, and Sheej will be playing Anduin this time. So a little bit of switcheroos going on here from our 2 squads. From Vala to Anduin. Interesting stuff. Next ban coming in for LuBu. Once again, nice set of first picks there, leaving the bans a little bit more open. From Deckard's Erudition, Orphea will be banned away. Orphea still performing very well post-nerfs. So not too surprising to see that. Deckard's Erudition, we've got the tank and the healer already locked down. They've already got their Sylvanas picked. Greymane's banned away. And do they ban the Rainer here? Do they ban an auto attacker? Try to choke down that position? Let's see here. It's going to be Tassadar. So further reducing the mage map pool is Deckard's Erudition here. LuBu has the ETC and the Lucio. They still got to think about probably a double soaking off laner. That is the most common format here on Towers of Doom, though they may have something else up their sleeves. Something like a roaming ganker. But we'll find out now what their plan is. It's going to be Raynor for Suikoden, and it will be Li Ming for Bandit. Not too surprising there. Who did... Oh, I messed something up. Spartacus, where'd you go? There you go. Bandit playing Li Ming. That's the second Li Ming that Bandit has played. So I thought it was Strickland playing the Li Ming last time. I guess I got that wrong. It's going to be Yrel making their way into the matchup for Rise Robin. And Chromie actually coming in for Tlems. Chromie very highly contested at the highest levels of play right now. Even post-nerfs, doing really, really well. So not too surprising to see that. Last pick coming in here for LuBu. Thinking about their offlaner. It's going to be Leoric. Pretty standard matchup there here on Towers of Doom for Spartacus. No respect Choban from Deckard's Erudition. What can I say? Sometimes you got to take every edge that you can get. Alright, loading in here to game number 2. LuBu looking to even up the series. Deckard's Erudition looking to close things out. Let's get into it. Towers of Doom. Here we go. Alright. Coming to the crush cam. Just going to confirm I've got all my heroes in the right spots. Bada boom. Fantastic. Hope everyone in chat is having a fantastic time out there. So we're loading in here to Towers of Doom. I'm looking at this matchup. I like the Yrel versus Leoric. I'm interested to see whether either of these teams are ever going to leave the bottom lane, or if it's just going to be a double soak fiesta with the 4 sticking around the bottom lane. But we don't have to wonder anymore. Let's get into the game here.
Prepare yourself for battle.
On the left in the blue, once again, we have LuBu with Alan Hicks on the ETC. Streakwing playing Lucio. Bandit on the Li Ming. Suikoden is playing Raynor. And Spartacus is on the Leoric. On the right in the red, we have Deckard's Erudition with Rise Robin playing the Yrel Pina Colada on the Johanna. Xanatharium is back on the Sylvanas. Tlems is on the Chromie. And Siege is playing Anduin.
5, 4, 3.
Let's get into game number 2 here. LuBu versus Deckard's Erudition.
What are you waiting
Looking at those level 1 quests. Chromie looking for those W stacks with the deep breathing. Alan Hicks wants globes for the Prog Rock quest. And we're going to clash here in the middle before we see the rotations down to the bot lane, where I'm expecting these teams to pretty much stay forever. Yrel moving in there. Has that Dauntless to try to deny some of the auto attack damage coming out from LuBu. Spartacus taking an aggressive rotation there onto Rise Robin. Leoric will suffer a little bit in that rotation till level 4. I'm assuming it'll be the Neil Presence coming out for Spartacus. Very nice time trap coming out from Tlems, but Alan Hicks has the slide to get away from those deep breathing stacks. And it will be... Chromie's going to be putting out a lot of big damage. We'll see whether Bandit can move around the edges and put some damage onto that Chromie, because Suikoden's going to have a tough time stepping up into that. And you see Chromie already putting big damage onto LuBu. Alan Hicks is caught by the Condemn of Johanna, but will manage to get on out of there. Sapper camps have started up for our two teams. It looks like Xanatharium and Siege heading to start that up. Suikoden doing the same here for LuBu. Both teams on top of that macro. Checking in on the double soak rotation. Looks like we've got Rise Robin and Spartacus just trading blows here. LuBu managing to clear their camp away a little bit faster, but they will not go for the invade. As we see Deckard's Erudition picking up that camp. That will give Deckard's Erudition the right of first clear. But we'll see whether LuBu can clear this wave and get these sappers onto the wall before they are cleared away by the red team. Alan Hicks gets the slide onto 2. The Iron Skin is popped. Xanatharium having to be focused, healed up by Siege. Looks like LuBu is getting the better of this exchange here. The Sapper's going right into the wall to connect. Right, nice little exchange there from LuBu. Xanatharium really stepping up, managing to avoid the blast from Raynor. Checking in on those talents, it was Neil Peasants picked up by Leoric. So Leoric definitely going to start getting a little bit of a lead on these rotations. Interested to see whether Rise Robin's going to grab the Divine Steed for this job, or whether it will still be the E resets. E resets is a lot of Urel's damage in team fights, but I'm not sure how much Urel is actually going to get into these team fights. Speaking of, it looks like Rise Robin already down here, so maybe Urel's going to get into more team fights than I expected. Spoticus keeping up that double soak. Going for an actual Shrine Steal on the right-hand side. Raynor is trying to cut off Rise Robin here. Can Spoticus get the channel? No, it lands. ETC is actually going down over the bottom altar. As we see Raynor has moved back. Urel trying to get the opportunity to tap and go in. Deckard's Erudition gets the neutral tower. Raynor gets the one on the left, and now we're going to be battling over the top right. Suikoden getting on out of there. Looks like Leoric will depart, and that's going to be 2 altars going over to Deckard's Erudition. Level 7 approaching for both squads. Very even on the experience so far. We see LuBu starting to pull ahead a little bit on the minion experience, though the hero kill experience from that 1 kill is currently in favor of Deckard's Erudition. Waiting on that level 7. I want to see what Urel picks. I would totally go Divine Steed here. That would be my pick, 100%. Show me the pick, Rise Robin. It is the Divine Steed. Yes! Get that instant mount rotation speed going to match the Neil Peasants Leoric. I think that's a great pick there coming out from Rise Robin. We're going to see our teams once again working on these bottom sapper camps. Taking a look over at the build of Bandit here. It looks like we got a possible orb build coming out. I'm waiting for that level 7 pickup from Li Ming to determine the build. Still waiting on that pick. Give me that pick! It is going to be an orb build coming out from Li Ming. Trying to keep their distance and throw out those max range orbs whenever possible. Really getting some big siege down here in the bottom lane. Suikoden takes 2 hits of that Chromie Deep Breath. Xanatharium trying to poke in onto Raynor. He is gone. Alan Hicks slides away, has to pop the Gladiator's Medallion. Oh, actually popped it a second too early, but still ETC is going to get away here. Pina Colada catches 3, gets the big slow on the punish. Here comes Rise Robin looking for a big knockback, finds Alan Hicks, there's the root, pulled back by the Condemn, and ETC is going to go down here. That's the 2nd kill of the game for Deckard's Erudition. And it's going to be a solo bottom altar. I don't think LuBu can move into this without their tank. They're thinking about it, and they're not going to do it. Meanwhile, in the top lane, though, Spoticus managing to take the top sapper camp. Not something we normally see out of Leoric here on Towers of Doom, and that's going to be going right into the top wall. Rise Robin was moving down for that rotation, and Leoric taking advantage. See those orbs from Bandit once again, dealing big damage to Xanatharium. Nice blind coming out from Pina Colada, but reducing the damage onto the retreating Sylvanas. We're very close. Level 10 for both teams still coming in here. As we see Rise Robin and Leoric still battling it out down there. Checking back in on the XP. LuBu still with about a 500 advantage there on the minions. Level 10 is here for both squads. As we see LuBu starting to push in. They're going to have the Mosh Pit, the Wave of Force, Hyperion, Sound Barrier, and Leo still thinking about it. It will be the Entomb. Deckard's Erudition, they've got the Light Bomb, the Blessed Shield. You saw the, what is it, Time Loop? Temporal Loop coming out from Chromie, Ardent Defender, and Wailing Arrow for Sylvanas. Rise Robin using that Divine Steed, trying to get ahead on these rotations. But Urel's been visiting these fights an awful lot, and Leo has been taking advantage. Looks like the sapper camps are starting to come up for our 2 squads. Once again, LuBu right on time here. Still another couple seconds until Deckard's Erudition can start their own. And it's going to be a double altar phase here in the bottom lane. LuBu has the opportunity to move in here. Gets stopped by the Chromie Time Trap. Suikoden taking a lot of damage here, but Bandit already poking in. Rise Robin coming in, Leo coming in as well. We've got our first full-fledged team fight. Li Ming is going down first at the big burst of damage. Streakwing trying to get away here. Temporal Loop is on ETC. Spartacus in the backline getting chased down, putting some damage is Pina Colada. Once again catching Alan Hicks with that punish. The Entomb to try to get Alan Hicks away does not connect. And that is 2 kills for Deckard's Erudition. They're going to control both of these altars. And they're getting a big shot lead here. Going up 36-20. Looks like Deckard's Erudition can head onto their sapper camp here. While LuBu gets back on the field trying to right themselves and get themselves back into this game. Rise Robin once again rotating alongside Spartacus. And now that these sapper camps are out of order, the opportunity for invades is absolutely there for both of these teams on the bottom camp. Here come the sappers for Deckard's Erudition. We'll see whether LuBu can put up a safe defense here. As the Sylvanas Merc Queen is making those things real beefy. Anduin Root does not land. Pina Colada just getting sort of slowly chunked down by Suikoden there. Anduin doing their best to heal everybody up. Looks like the camp will be cleared away by LuBu. Very nicely done. The rest of Deckard's Erudition, they've got level 13. Alan Hicks gets caught by the time trap. This could be what Deckard's Erudition needs. Oh, the power slide is good though, and I know Alan Hicks is going to get away. Once again, Spartacus taking the opportunity to move onto this sapper camp in the top lane, while Rise Robin is a little bit behind on these rotations. Or, actually, looks like they're ahead now, due to Spartacus picking up this camp. Can Rise Robin get there in time? Not quite. Leo's going to pick that up. Teams are going to be competing for this solo bottom altar once again. Level 13 has come in for LuBu, so they are on even talents. Looks like this fight is continuing. These guys just have so much healing. Rise Robin going to be healing up off those Qs. Actually taking a whole lot of damage here. Is inside that wave. Going to have to be careful. Getting on out of there with the Hand of Freedom. And the 4v4 is on. Oh! The pull from Anduin is not enough, and Sylvanas is going to go down. So does Johanna. Alan Hicks managing to get away. Tlems is getting pushed out by Streakwing, and LuBu turning things around and picking up an altar of their own. So the offlaners not needed. The 4v4 goes to the way of LuBu. And they pick up their first shrine in a while, as we see Suikoden already starting the sapper camp on the left, while the rest of LuBu trying to get some damage on this bottom fort. Tlems taking some big damage there from Bandit. That orb build just does so much to those low health backliners. Putting about 40%, 35% of the health gone on that bottom fort. Definitely a good start. Here comes the sappers. Rise Robin wants this fight though, jumping right in. There's the light bomb, catches Raynor. Oh, the sound barrier is good though, but doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Raynor's going to be the first to go down. Streakwing is next. Alan Hicks gets the slide through. And that's 2 kills here for Deckard's Erudition. They're going to clear away this sapper camp, and let's see how much damage they can do to this bottom fort. Rise Robin going ahead and meeting Leo on those rotations once again. It is the black arrows from Xanatharium going to turn off this bottom fort. It's Alan Hicks taking some big damage. Bandit getting the curse of the Banshee Queen spread off of that fort. And pretty similar damage there done to that fort. Goes down to about, wow, look at all that damage from Chromie W. It just does so much siege damage. Rise Robin having to be a little bit careful here. Spartacus doing some big work. The rest of the team, oh, it's a bait! Deckard's Erudition catches Spartacus out of position. The Wraithwalk is going to be there, but does not have the length trait. Deckard's Erudition looking for... They get the dismount. Spartacus is caught. And there goes Leo. It's a triple altar phase. It looks like LuBu going to take the opportunity to try to grab this bottom fort, while Deckard's Erudition is going to grab both of the top altars. Can they get this down in time? It looks like they will. So it's only going to be 6 shots coming out of these 2 altars, while 5 shots come out of the one here for LuBu. And Deckard's Erudition says, while we're up here, why don't we take an advantage here in the top lane? Leo just about to come up now. But there's LuBu with the camp steal. This could be a misplay here from Deckard's Erudition. They find the kill on Leo, but their focus on the top lane, I'm not sure this is well advised. LuBu is just going to escort these sappers down to the line, and now they're going to back. I don't think they're going to be there in time. That's one sapper. Rise Robin gets the quad stun, but has to walk away. There are the sapper shots. Looks like Siege and Xanatharium did stay, but Spartacus here for the defense. Deckard's Erudition are going to have to coordinate here to try to take back this bottom fort. This is very, very important here for LuBu to keep. As we see Suikoden working on the back sapper camp here for LuBu. Xanatharium does have the black arrows, so they will have a bit of a better opportunity to try to push onto this bottom fort. But the wave clear is good, and the defense here is good for LuBu. They didn't get a whole lot done here in the top lane with that off lane push after the Leoric gank. Let's see what Deckard's Erudition can do here. If they can get onto the fort, we've got a double top altar spawn. So one of these teams will have to blink here on this defense. Still even on the XP, still 10 shots ahead, but this map position really heavily favors LuBu. As Deckard's Erudition gets the clear on the sapper camp, they can't really push into this or build Li Ming with too much certainty. Looks like they are going to peel on out of there. No camp to be taken in the bottom lane. It looks like Xanatharium getting the tap on the right side. Spartacus using the Wraithwalk to get away here. Now LuBu has to leave. Will Deckard's Erudition go for the extra altar, or will they move back down? It looks like they're going to move across the map here. LuBu coming in for the defense. The mosh pit is good onto 3, gets interrupted. There's the sound barrier. Temporal loop onto Alan Hicks. ETC taking a ton of damage. Goes down in this fight. Leo trying to get away is going to go down. Pina Colada catches 3. Li Ming taken out. Streakwing managing to use the trait to hard stop on out of there. Suikoden pushing back with the penetrating round, and that is an extra altar for Deckard's Erudition. They're going to get their 3 shots, but what are they going to do about this map? It takes them to 8 shots. They're going to clear this mid wave. It looks like they're a little bit split. They're going to send Yrel up to the top lane, and now they're going to move... Are they moving to the boss? Okay, they're going to try to get these 4 shots. Leoric will be back, but ETC and Li Ming will not, so this boss will be free. Chromie doing some big damage in the bottom lane. Looks like they will be able to take back this bottom fort. I really would have liked to see them get a little bit more map control before heading to the boss, but they get their 4 shots. Spartacus looking for this top camp once again, mostly unseen. So they reset the map here, and they're going to move on to the sapper camp in the bottom right. They only need 4 more shots, so if they can keep this map state the way it is, they only need 1 more altar. While LuBu... This is the big thing about Towers of Doom. You can be down to 4 shots on the core, you can be down to 1 shot on the core, and you can absolutely come back. As we see level 19 picked up by LuBu. Level 20 is here for Deckard's Erudition, though. So LuBu has to be careful about the engage they want to take. Rise Robin moving in and catching 4. Alan Hicks, the temporal loop is there. The unstoppable is good, though, but it is a double temporal loop. There goes Lucio. Rise Robin killed in response, though. Suikoden being chased down by Xanatharium and Pina Colada. She's just going to have to be careful in the back line. The mosh misses. Alan Hicks taking damage from Xanatharium, but the regen is enough. It's a 1-for-1 for now, but Deckard's Erudition very low. Siege is going to go down. Xanatharium trying to escape. There's the slide onto Johanna. Pina Colada is going to be able to get away. That's 2-for-1 for LuBu, as we have a double altar phase in the top lane.
Lay claim to the altars. Do not
LuBu, with the player advantage, is going to be moving over to the right-hand side to make sure that they don't get back-capped here. Clem's going to be trying to stall this out as much as possible, but Alan Hicks is moving forward. Suikoden is going to get the cap. Alan Hicks taking some big damage and actually goes down! The Death Mosh catching Xanatharium. I don't think Deckard's Erudition can move to stop this, though. Pina Colada is going to give it a shot. Nope, Suikoden does manage to get it. Spartacus is going to take some big damage from Sylvanas, that arrow shredding the armor. All of a sudden, oh, the silence arrow is going to be good! It's a trade, Sylvanas for Leoric. That's a good one for LuBu, as Spartacus will be back on the field quickly. Suikoden once again picking up the camp on the left-hand side. Can Deckard's Erudition push down the bottom lane here? They've got everyone except Sylvanas on this weakened fort. Rise Robin trying to deal with this sapper camp. There's the Hyperion coming out from Suikoden. There's the temporal loop onto Bandit once again. It is the double loop. Streakwing gonna have to be careful. Rise Robin going in. Bandit takes the big damage from the deep breathing. There's the Ardent Defender, but still Rise Robin being keyed on by that fort. Chromie putting some damage onto Raynor as well. Alan Hicks coming back onto the battlefield. Still 10 seconds before Sylvanas makes it as well, and Spoticus is about to spawn here. Rise Robin playing very, very forward, as all 5 members of LuBu are up, and there's only 4 here for Deckard's Erudition. They're gonna have to try to retreat, and it looks like they will manage to get away. Xanatharium is back on the battlefield. There's the stun from Chromie. Rise Robin playing with fire, escaping with that Hand of Freedom. It is a single altar phase. This is a win for Deckard's Erudition if they do pick it up. And it looks like LuBu trying to get the camp steal here. Gonna have to be careful because Deckard's Erudition is at full strength. Rise Robin with the light bomb catches 2. The silence, but Johanna wiggles out. Leo is down, but there goes Yrel. ETC down as well. The Mosh catches 1, but is saved by Ando and Suikoden, taking huge damage from Chromie. Streakwing and Suikoden trying to escape. Trying to get around the outside. Bandit actually gets the kill onto Sylvanas. She's just gonna have to be super careful. Suikoden being chased around by Pina Colada. Li Ming taken down by Chromie in the bottom lane. Suikoden will be next. Streakwing, the only player left, will be doing their best to harass here. Pops the sound barrier. Trying to get the interrupts as much as possible. There's the time trap. Still staying alive, but there goes Streakwing. Deckard's Erudition. Is Spoticus gonna make it back? No, the shots onto the core. That's 4, and that's game, set, match. Deckard's Erudition with the 2-0 series victory. Wow. The scoreboard says 18-7, but the game said, holy cow, was that close. Deckard's Erudition slipping a little bit in the late game, but managed to find their footing and get the victory, the 2-0 series domination. Lamb's on the Chromie, dishing out the pains. Almost 77,000 hero damage for Deckard's Erudition. Suikoden bringing the noise for LuBu with the 59,000, but not far behind was Bandit at nearly 56. Very nicely played there from the 2 DPS players from LuBu. But man, that double temporal loop in the late game was very, very key in making sure to secure those targets, especially with those Gladiators medallions going off. Take a quick look here at the talents for our teams, and we'll see if we can get ourselves a post-series interview. Alrighty, our series is concluded. We're going to see if we can get an interview here with Deckard's Erudition. Update our score. There we go. Get some water here. Hope everyone in chat had a fantastic day today. And a big upset. The fully defeated Deckard's Erudition going 2-0 against the undefeated LuBu. Let me just check in with our winning captain, see if we can get ourselves a quick interview.
Okay.
Huck at 1840. Thank you very much for the follow. Where is the captain? Looking. Why can't I find him? There we go. All right, let's see if we can get someone in here. Shouldn't be too long. All right, we're going to have someone joining me in just a moment. Stand it there, and we just need someone to come into the NGS Discord. There's 5 lobbies. I think I'm in lobby 3 or something. Just join the channel, and we can do it.
Howdy.
Pina Colada, thank you very much for joining me, and congratulations on the first set of wins of the season. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, really, really good, honestly.
We saw some big plays there, especially game number 1. You guys really just sort of made it look easy out there on Battlefield of Eternity. Did you feel like there was something about the draft that went your way, or what did you feel the secret sauce was there in game number 1?
Well, Battlefield is one of those maps where we seem to always struggle on, but I kind of set up beforehand a little draft plan for kind of all the maps that we struggle on, just in case something doesn't go the right way. And I feel like the draft fell into our hands in a way because we had a plan and we got our plan. So that's the best you can hope for.
Yeah, we definitely saw it coming together an awful lot there. The big matchup that I was keeping an eye on was Blaze versus Urel in the top lane, and that really seemed to be going well for Rise Robin there. Were you able to leverage that in your rotations there on Battlefield?
Yeah, it seemed like with Robin able to control the offlane, we had a safer point to take the camps we wanted, and there was a time that he was able to push the Imperius back a decent amount to where we were able to take that top camp, which ended up giving us a little bit of leverage for them to back off to clear the bruisers and the siege camp that was top.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a big old push in the top lane that you had to that you got to stack there. Very nicely done for sure. Looking at game 2 there, the big through lines there were Johanna and Sylvanas. I don't want to look too far into are those the ones you're going to be picking all the time, but are those some comfort picks for you?
Me being a tank player, I've versed myself in a few different comfort picks, and I personally, Joe would be on. There's definitely a select 5 at most that I'm very comfortable on. And when I saw that Joe worked in the first one, I said, you know what, it might be a Joe game. So we just went with doing the same thing, the same tank again.
Yeah, we saw some big work there for sure. Now, Johanna did get a nerf, I guess it would be 2 patches ago now, the 5 seconds on Iron Skin. Is that something you really feel out there?
At times, yeah, when you use your trade a little bit too early and then you don't have it for the next fight. But it's still viable to take the increased cooldown, or not increased cooldown, decreased cooldown on Iron Skin. So that helps out a lot with the nerf that happened. Okay.
Now this week we saw that Diva and Gazlo are now legal here in the NGS, but not touched at all in this series. Is that something you guys have been looking into at all in practices and scrims? Are there any sort of what's the buzz on the 2 new heroes?
We do both like to play Gazlo and Diva. We just haven't touched it enough since it was banned for, we worked on other things while those 2 were banned. Might see it going forward, but it definitely, we didn't feel it in our comfort to bust them out yet.
Okay, sounds good. I'm excited to see whether we get to see Diva and Gazlo this week. I've been seeing it in some unofficial scrims. It's been looking pretty good out there, and excited to see what these NGS teams can do with these reworks.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another question I had. Gosh, it just flew out of my mind. I'm stuck on Diva and Gazlo. Oh, yeah. That's right. Is this your first season here in the NGS with Deckard's Erudition?
I'd be my first season captaining a team. I've been on a few other teams beforehand, and I sat in the free agents for a minute, and watched team recruiting. Maybe I'll jump on this team, maybe I'll jump on that team. And instead, I said I want to put in the work to create a team that around what I want to do, and our goal is, we're all very passionate players about this game, and we want to learn how we can use the hero to the best of our abilities. So, you know, finding the right builds, you know, timings, that type of stuff.
Okay.
And, you know, we practice a good amount, and we try to stick on top of our goal, which is more knowledge, more power.
Awesome. Well, fantastic. Well, picking up the win today against an undefeated team, it's got to feel pretty good. But is there anyone else in the B-NorthEast division here that you're eyeing for future matchups?
Ooh,
anything you're excited to get into?
B-NorthEast, you know, looking at the teams there, I know Scalding Sweat Cult is
Oh, did I lose you?
road. And as for, I don't know, have fun against Mongoose's team. I know he's not the captain, but he's on Regen Ghost, so I'm looking forward to that one, to, you know, have a nice series out of Regen Ghost.
Absolutely. Some well-established players, some good team from last season for sure, and Scalding Sweat Cult. I'll be looking forward to those matchups for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Before we wrap things up here, are there any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Shout out to my team. We did phenomenal tonight, guys. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better series. Even if it went to, you know, game 3, we did fantastic in game 1. Shout out to you for casting the match. It's always good to see these matches getting casted so we can look back on them. And that's kind of about it.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on the 2-0 domination, and good luck going forward in the season.
All right, thank you.